Do we have to wear our masks if we're outside? No? Okay, good. I don't know where you live, but I live in Texas, and it's getting close to summertime and barbecue time. Today's soap is going to be a charcoal soap. I've got my barbecue tools ready, but I'm going to use different tools today for the soap. Today's soap is a charcoal soap with a little bit of a difference to it. It's got a surprise to it, and so you got to wait for the surprise and watch for the cut. It's pretty neat. So I hope you enjoy today's charcoal soap on the Barbie. Hello again, loyal viewers. I am going to melt these three down, and you can see it's clear, cubed up, pretty small. I'm going to get this melted down, and then we're going to start adding the charcoal, possibly a little bit of oxide, just depending on how dark I want it. And then we get to use our surprise embed, and that's going to look pretty neat. So I'll show you how I do it. Let me get this melted down and we'll get started. Alright, here we go. I've got my mold. I've got all three parts of the soap melted down, and I've got my additives, and I've got the embeds. I'm going to lay them in the mold. I'm going to do a section of soap, a third, and then I'm going to lay some of these in there, and then a second one, lay some more in there, and then the top one. And so that way, whenever you cut the soap into bars, you'll be able to pick it up and look at it and see the embers in between. So I got to add my additives to the soap, and first I'm going to add them all together. What I've got here is some sea clay, and so instead of bentonite clay or French green clay or rose clay or all the other kinds of clay that I've used in the past, I decided to use some sea clay. I just figured because it was darker, and it's a good thing to add to charcoal soap. And so I'm going to use this as my base. I mixed it with some rubbing alcohol. I'm going to add a bit of charcoal to the already mixed clay and alcohol. And also, as an additive, I'm going to use some real tea. And so I used tea leaves, and I ground them up with my little mortar and pestle here, and I just ground them up, and then I put them through a fine mesh sieve and ground them up very fine. And so there's not that many, but I thought it would be a nice touch because we're going to use Brambleberry's black tea for the fragrance today. So I'll start on the mixing, and we'll get the first layer of charcoal poured, and we'll see the charcoal on the Barbie. Alright, I've got all three of the batches fragranced with Brambleberry's black tea, and you can see that it changes the color just right off the bat. It changes the color, so keep that in mind when you're going to be using black tea from Brambleberry. Now I mixed all of my ingredients with the charcoal, and I'm going to go ahead and add them to this layer. Add about a third of that. Mix it in really well. Okay, and I'm going to repeat the same thing with the other two, and when I get them all mixed up, we'll start to pour. Alright, we're ready to pour. We have to spray the mold with rubbing alcohol. Spray it really super well, as usual. I didn't have to use my backup charcoal and oxide, black oxide blocks. So that's what those are if you're at all curious. Try to pour with my left hand. Hopefully you can see well. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can get you to where you can see. It just looks like black soap, doesn't it? Right now, that's all it is. Black charcoal soap. Okay, let's let that set up and get a bit of a skin on it, and then we'll start placing these in. See if I can slowly move it. It's got just the least little bit of a skin on top. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm thinking that I might let some of them sink, if they'll sink, into this layer. I'm going to spray it really well, and I'm going to spray the embed. I'm going to spray that too. Let's see what it does. Maybe the weight of it alone, kind of, sort of. No, I have to help it. Ay. It's paper towel time. Alright, let's try another one. Spray it. Let me see. Come on, sink. You know when you don't want them to sink, they sink. And vice versa. I mean, it's just almost so predictable it isn't even funny. Oh, that one sunk. Maybe it's going to cause the other ones to sink. Okay, they're sinking. They're just sinking very slowly, but that's okay. Yee, okay. Let me see. I'm going to put this one in here. Try to get it over on the side there. Okay, we're doing good. Now we're going to wait, and we're going to let this set and get another skin on it, and then pour some more and put some more sticks, and we're going to build it up like that until we're completely finished, and then I'll show you the effect once we slice the charcoal soap. I just love charcoal soap. I really do. It's one of my favorite soaps. Alright, so let's let that do its thing, and then we'll build it back up. I'm going to tell you something kind of interesting about this soap. I'm using a different base than I've used previously, and this stuff takes a while to set up. Now, I suspect that the fragrance oil, the black tea from Brambleberry, I think that probably has something to do with it as well. So keep that in mind if you are using the Brambleberry black tea and you're using it for either cold process or hot process soap, especially hot process. I'll probably try it in hot process sometime because I think that has quite a lot to do with it staying so fluid. And some fragrance oils will do that. They will either make it seize up more quickly, or they'll keep it fluid for longer so that you have more time to work. And with hot process soap, you need extra time to be able to do that if you're using colors and trying to do a technique or swirls or anything like that. For this purpose, I'm just trying to get enough of a skin on it to be able to add a second layer, and I don't mind if they sink. So we've still got two layers to go, and so we're going to go ahead and spray this down again to make sure everything sticks, and we're going to spray the embeds as well. And here it is, set up and finished. I'm going to take it out of the box mold. Let's take a look at it. Ooh, that's nice. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty nice. I like it. Alright, let's get it in the Peasant soap cutter and get it cut up. Take a look at the center.